Okay, here is Raja Mukherjee with Radhesham, and we are back in News Bangla with the second short edition with Mr. Madhusudan Ray, and in this session, very interestingly, he will talk to you about a Japanese model of corporate governance and how to bring the corporates to that level which we all envy, the Japanese way, the special way. Mr. Ray, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mukherjee. Thank you, News Bangla, for having me here. It's a very interesting story. It started in 1950s after Second World War, when Japan was crippled in the Second World War. They destroyed all the industries. So they realized that they have to come into consumer goods where every customer is individual. So they need to address their requirements. So they were very innovative. They realized they have to make a revolution in terms of quality because their perception was very poor in terms of quality. And they realized if that's the level of quality, nobody will buy their product. And there was no defense production, no army. So the only way to survive is through kind of an industrial revolution in quality. They've invited great people like Dr. Deming, Dr. Juran, and they did incredible work. They started with training the corporate level.
Okay.
So Dr. Deming said operating level people will have a tremendous contribution, but if the top is not convinced, quality will not be deployed. They will not provide necessary resources. The same way a national government has to be convinced to put resources for development.
Right.
In the same way. So he said, I would like to train the executive officer, CEOs. And Japanese Scientists and Engineers Association at that time was organizing one-day seminar where Dr. Deming was talking to them. It was popularly known as Deming's 14 points.
Okay.
So he was talking about how an organization should actually improve their quality, run the business, and what they should do in terms of procurement, in terms of training, development of people, and so on and so forth. This is known as Deming's 14 points. It is quite relevant to us even today. With this, he has created actually a revolution throughout Japan. So there is a basic minimum standard of any Japanese companies, regardless of it is Sumitomo or Mitsubishi or Toyota or any XYZ company. They have got a basic benchmark, basic level of quality, and the principles. These are universal in Japan. That makes corporate Japan. We failed to actually achieve this. So we have to do such kind of an effort that we start talking to the CEOs, the big companies. Like, I'm not talking about Tatas. They're driven by the best of the people. I'm talking about average organization where the management is not very well structured.
Okay.
So they need some kind of quality principles and understanding how quality can improve their business.
So do you mean to say it's a kind of redefining that, the quality assurance and the quality standards once again?
Absolutely. See, what we failed is, I've seen very sadly, many companies, I will not say all, a vast majority of the companies in India and many parts in the world have gone for ISO certification. They feel, well, customer wants it for business, so let us have it. They fail to recognize the tremendous amount of benefit that ISO can bring. It will reduce your cost, make you more competitive, and competitive price with the better quality will make you more successful. That's the message.
Right.
So that's how Japan has reduced the cost of the product in spite of higher profitability. So they have supplied the better quality product in US compared to the products made in US. I will tell you a story of a Toyota production system based on which Toyota produces their products. And Toyota was supported by General Motors, an American company. So Toyota production system, which is known as TPS, most popularly in the world, they have given it to General Motors.
Right.
So you see where from a company which was actually started making car by panel bidding process makes the best quality car in the world.
Right.
And that's what Deming and all the people in Japan has done. There are many other quality gurus like Dr. Kaoru Ishikawa and then second generation people. Those have worked from Japan, contributed significantly in quality improvement.
Okay.
That's what we see in Japan today. So you cannot expect a faulty product from Japan.
Correct.
Can we guarantee this for an Indian product?
We cannot.
But do you feel that there is no best quality Indian
of course
product?
there are.
So the consistency is missing.
Right.
So what?
So that means what you are saying, that what is a normal way of life in Japan
Yeah.
is an exception for India.
Absolutely. So we need to bring that level of standard, which is basic minimum standard.
That means
for
what Mr. Ray is trying to put in is basically, in a word, that sometimes out of the blue Indian products are great, but if you take a Japanese product as a benchmark, it is as usual. It is business as usual. It is nothing extraordinary.
Yeah.
Is that what you are trying
Yeah.
to say?
Now you will find it difficult to produce a defective product in Japan. You
Right.
have to really work hard to produce a
But tell
defective
me
product.
something. I remember a news a few years back when the Japanese car makers of Innova, right?
Yeah, okay.
They had to pull back a series of Innova for their defects.
Okay.
What about that? And the fiasco at the Manesar plant of Suzuki.
Okay.
How do you define that?
Yeah, it's a very wonderful question. Even if you have got a Six Sigma level of quality, you can expect I think the number is 3.4 defects per million. It is possible.
Okay.
Even at Six Sigma level. I am not supporting Toyota or any other company as individual. There can be process defect,
Okay.
which is beyond our state of knowledge.
Right.
But what makes it different is we can pinpoint those defective products before it affects the customer, and you can recall them. So ISO does not guarantee that there will be no defective product, but a system by which if there is a defect, you can trace it back and bring it back before it affects the people at large.
Correct.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Anything else that you would like our new generation, who are the engineers, quality lead processors, Six Sigma consultants who are coming out of India, any special message for them?
I think first of all, quality training should be essential part of our training. What I have done in my entire life is working with quality. In fact, there was no quality quality as a subject in our engineering. I think what we need to do now is include a curriculum on quality management's Six Sigma, total quality management as an essential part in any educational studies
Right,
program,
right.
be it hospitality industry, be it hotel, be it engineering,
Right.
or any field, even in the field of finance. So what I would say, quality management should be part of our study curriculum mandatorily.
So that means at the university level, right? When you are talking about the curriculum, the engineering curriculum, the technical curriculum, that should include quality lead assessment and this inspections and all the other things that you talked about today in our earlier sessions as an integral part of their curriculum that bridges the requirement of the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the need of the industry. Indian products are not selling as much as Japanese products are selling with that kind of a reputation. You cannot find a defective German product. You will find it difficult to find.
Right.
But it's not uncommon I'm very sorry to say, I'm an engineer myself, that we do not produce consistent level of quality where people can say, it's an Indian product, it cannot be defective. We fail to achieve this. Now to achieve this level, this state of consistent level of quality, I think everyone involved in an organization should be involved in developing quality. Now I tell you one thing, quality is not the job of a quality engineer. It has to be designed for quality. It has to be manufactured for quality. It has to be tested for quality and serviced, and even possibly
That
after
means
sale.
you are saying that there is a complete gamut of quality process management behind this entire exercise.
Absolutely.
And only at the end of it we can get something which we can say that is just quality assured, right?
Absolutely. This is how quality, as I'm saying, is an organization-wide thing. It's not one individual task. Everybody involved has to be, contributing to that. It starts from the CEO of the company, even person in the grassroots level. Whoever is having some work which affects quality will be actually defining the level of quality. I give an example. If you go to a hospital, the cleaner in the ICU contributes the most significant level of quality.
Correct.
If the ICU is not disinfected properly, everything is lost.
Yes, secondary infections and other multi-drug resistant bacteria and microbes are today
Exactly.
a call of the moment.
Exactly. So you see how even a cleaner at that level contributes into quality, even the person, the surgeon himself and the CEO himself. So quality is everyone's job, and that message has to go. And everybody can be quality leader in their field. If a cleaner says that I have done my job best, he or she has become the quality leader. And that's how we need leadership at every level. We can become a different country in the world.
One last question of this evening, right, to you. And this is a very straight and a very critical question. I have traveled all across the globe. When I find a Suzuki car in England, when I find a Suzuki car in Thailand, and when I found that Maruti Suzuki there on Indian roads, there is heaven and hell difference. Same with when I find this Maggie, right, being cooked in India, when Maggie is cooked in England. The bar from this guy's, the Swiss bars, right, in India, and the Swiss bars, the Lind, right, bars in a UK or a US. Why everybody is taking India for granted when it comes to quality?
I would say that the customer demand or the voice of the customer has not gone to that level. We failed to recognize that we demand and we deserve the best. So I think is the awareness level that I deserve the best. And that's the voice of the customer and rights of the customer. And that level of awareness that we are not given a favor by offering a car to the customer. Rather, the customer is paying for this, and they deserve the best in terms of quality, in terms of safety and everything. So I think it's the general perception has to be broken that anything is okay in India. That kind of a thing has to be broken, and that will come from the awareness level at every level that we also deserve, and we deserve the best as well.
Thank you very much. I really thank everybody for your watching this very special program, and very many special thanks to Mr. Ray. He has a flight to catch, and just for these sessions and other work, he had cancelled his flight on the 4th. We wish him a very happy journey tomorrow.
Thank you,
and he is one proud son of this nation who has the capability to change things and impact people at large. Thank you very much. We wish you very best from News Bangla.
Thank you so much.
Good day.
Thank you so much.
Good day.
Thank you, News Bangla.
Bye-bye.
So much.